Welcome inside the WB Mason Coaches Report. Ryan Mayer here with the head coach for the Hofstra Pride men's soccer team, Coach Richard Nuttall. And Coach, only one match for you this past weekend. You open up the conference slate down in Harrisonburg, Virginia against JMU. Tough result for your squad. You've had a couple days removed from that now. What do you think about that loss?
Yeah, just hugely disappointing with our level of ability on the team. I think we came away from the game knowing we hadn't given it our best. I think the biggest thing for me, there was two things. Our team shape defensively we didn't get right, and then not playing with confidence. And I think some of the players, the occasion got to them. I think the fact that they beat the #1 team in the country a couple of days before, I think it slightly affected them. But the good news is we didn't play well, we didn't defend well, yet we had 2 or 3 chances to equalise in the last 10 minutes. Once we settle down, and they're a very strong, powerful, athletic team. So the fact that we remained in the game is a very, very good sign. And JMU are going to win a lot of games if they stay healthy. So we ruined the fact that we didn't do what we should have done. But I think it's really helped our self-belief, knowing we didn't play well, yet we were there at the death in the game.
Now, you get a goal in that match from Chris Greaves, this one coming off of a set piece.
Yes.
He continues to do very well in his service of those balls off set pieces. What did you see from him this time?
Well, Chris Greaves, in my opinion, the actual mechanics of crossing a ball on the product is probably the best in the conference of whipping a ball in it and on the free kicks. The bad news is he's twinged his knee, so we may not have him now for a couple of weeks, but we'll see. He'll work hard in the training room. But his service is outstanding. And by his own admission, he's only doing okay. I think we're going to get more from Chris once he gets healthy.
Now, one of the other things that kind of pops off the stat sheet at you from this match is JMU has 6 corners in the match. You guys aren't able to put one on the board. So
Yes.
what does that hurt your chances a little bit more when you're not able to get some of those set pieces from the
Yeah,
corner?
all these factors, it shows the momentum, and giving credit to JMU, they had more of the momentum for the majority of the game, or in larger spells in the game. And as I said, they're very powerful. The stadium is a beautiful facility, a wide open field, and their power and speed was difficult to deal with. But I'm going to go back to the fact that we were still in the game with 20 minutes to go, and we got 3 very good chances to equalise. That it shows that we were there or thereabouts, and understanding they had the floor. But we kept battling. I've got to give our guy, we battled hard, but we didn't play with confidence. So a lot of learning from last game for sure.
And you take a look at it, that wraps up a stretch of 4 straight games on the road for you guys. You come away with a above 500 record at 2-1-1.
Yeah.
That tie coming against Monmouth, who is in the top 25 as of right now in the rankings. So you got to be happy with how the team comes out of that road stretch now, coming into 3 home games.
Yeah, we've got a couple of good victories against good teams, you Binghamtons and so on. We've got a tie against a top 25 team and a loss to a top 25 team. So if you look at the stretch in its entirety, I think we're in a good spot. And I think that, even though we know we didn't play with confidence, when we met this morning as a team, we feel good about ourselves and we feel good about the direction of the team. So, but we've got to understand, if we're not on the ball against Vermont, they're a very good side. It's going to be a very difficult game.
And you bring up that Vermont match coming up this Wednesday night at home at Hofstra Soccer Stadium. So you finally return home. Some coaches like being on the road. You can control what the players do a little bit more, control their routine. But how good is it going to be back at home?
It's going to be awesome. Hopefully we'll have a nice crowd with the students here, friends and family. We love our field, we love playing at home. We know the dimensions, we know the bounce. We understand the field, and we understand the job we've got to do. So it's going to be nice to be home in front of our home fans. We're looking forward to it.
And then after the Vermont matchup, you have Boston coming to town next Saturday. And this is a Boston team that, even though they're at 1-4-2 right now on the season, they've faced a lot of top 25 opponents and stayed fairly close with them.
I'll talk about Boston, but we're going to focus on Vermont. Boston are a very good team. They drew 1-1 at UConn, as mentioned. They're powerful and they're fast, but we're not thinking about Boston. We're just worrying about Vermont at the moment.
Now, what can you look to improve upon from the JMU match coming into this Vermont match on Wednesday?
I think our defensive team shape, and I think our playing with a little bit more confidence, and the occasion doesn't seem as big as it was down at JMU. So for me, we've just got to get the ball down and play.
So if Chris Grieve isn't able to make it into the lineup on Wednesday night against Vermont, who do you look to kind of fill into his spot?
Well, it's going to give chances to other people who've been doing well, you know, or who haven't had the chance. Any combination of Marius Fativo or Elio Santro, or, you know, AJ may go left back and we push Stefan forward, Hyde Emerson may come in. So there's Florian Pop's been working so hard in practice, Chris Grenzig's doing well, you know, we've been putting him up front for spells. So there's many players off the bench who can help us.
All right, well, Coach Richard Nuttall, good luck out there Wednesday night, and then again next Saturday against Boston. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks very much. Cheers.